Hey YouTube! My name is Lucy at Healthful Lifting, and in this video, I will be talking about the things I've learned from my mistakes in my first bikini competition. Number 1. Make sure you're ready for it both mentally and physically. It's so hard to remember that both aspects of health are so crucial for your success in every part of your life, whether it's for bikini prep or whether it's just for school, whether it's for work. I found that for me, while I was ready for it mentally, I wasn't ready physically. Years of yo-yo dieting had really screwed me up, and by the end of prep, I realized that I was not ready for this whole procedure. I was also a lot, fatter than I had actually realized, because for me, when I gain weight fairly evenly throughout my body. It's hard to realize that you actually have a lot to lose, and that was one mistake in my part. So when I tried to rush towards the finish line, I ended up losing about 4 pounds of muscle, and that was not healthy. Number 2, to add on to the first point, make sure you're patient. Being patient is so important for this whole prep, because sometimes you forget that weight loss is not linear. So if you keep pushing and pushing yourself, you're going to reach a point where you're not going to make any more progress. That was unfortunately what happened to me. In the first week, I lost about, I believe, 10 pounds, and I was super thrilled. But as the weeks progressed, I kept losing less and less weight, which is normal. But because I had gone so hard at the beginning, I ended up not losing any weight towards the end, probably because my body was so stressed out. Number 3, always take the healthier approach. It's so hard to forget that it's such a small part of your life, unless, you're a professional competitor. And in that case, you probably wouldn't be watching my video. It's so hard to remember that because it isn't such a big deal in your life, and your life itself, however many years you're going to live, is a lot more significant. So basically, why damage your health for a simple bikini prep? If you don't reach your goals in the amount of time, you could always just take the stage another day. My problem was that I signed up really early on, about 12 weeks in advance. But had I known that it might take longer and decided to take the slower route, I probably wouldn't have chosen to compete so early and would have taken a healthier approach. The thing is that I also ended up fasting for 3 days, basically 72 hours, in an attempt to lose weight towards the end, especially because I was starving myself so much that I ended up getting so hungry, and I binge ate for several days during peak week, which actually set me back instead of forward. So whatever physique I stepped on the stage with, I actually looked a lot better the week before. Number 4, remember to have fun. This whole journey should not be so miserable. Yeah, towards the end, when you get super lean, it might get a little bit difficult, but the whole premise of this is to enjoy life. You don't just go into one thing and hate everything about your life. There's also no point of stressing out. If it's your first time, you're not supposed to, well, you could place really well for your first time, but part of the journey is making mistakes. Part of the journey is learning what works for you and what doesn't. So if you take your time, and if you let your body do its own thing and don't stress out, you're probably going to see better results. Unfortunately, this is a mistake that I made. I did not follow this advice, and I stressed myself out, and it didn't work. The other thing about being stressed out is that your hormones get imbalanced. If your body is under a lot of stress, not necessarily as in mental stress, I'm talking about stress from exercise, because exercise is also a form of stress. Whatever you do to your body, if you're adding any higher tone to your sympathetic nervous system, which is basically the fight or flight mechanism, you're bound to be stressed out. And if your cortisol levels are up the roof, you're actually going to stall your weight loss. You're going to have worse sleep, which is in turn going to be worse for your health and weight loss. And you're also going to have hormonal imbalances in other aspects of your body. And eventually, that means, as a woman, the first thing to go is your reproductive functions. And that's exactly what happened to me. Number 5, remember your why. When I first started this prep, my why was very, very strong. I even wrote it down. I was like, I gotta remember this. Because the whole reason why I started prep, well, the main part of it was because I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to do something on my own so that I could learn from my own mistakes, which is what I actually did. So that's one good thing about this prep. And I also partially wanted to prove myself that I could use and apply the knowledge that I've learned over the years. The problem is, when I forgot my why, my competitive spirit took over. And I eventually went through extreme measures just to achieve a goal that was not something that I placed so much value in. For me, it's not important to get shredded. I only wanted to get shredded for the competition. My main goal was to get healthy, but when the competitive spirit took over, I ended up starving myself. I ended up hurting myself, and I eventually put my body under so much stress that I lost one of the important functions of my body, which was to basically reproduce. Number 6, have someone around you to keep you grounded. This was one thing that I've lacked in my life because I've always been that person who likes to try and achieve my goals on my own. That was another reason why I didn't want to hire a coach. And on hindsight, I think I should have relied on a coach, but the whole idea was to do this without a coach so that I would learn more. Nonetheless, because I had no one to actually watch me or check in with me and to make sure that I was okay and give me reality checks every once in a while, I got carried away and I hurt myself, as I said earlier. Pretty much destroyed my body for a whole month. I am doing a lot better, but I'm currently on recovery. But these are the 6 things that I learned while prepping for a bikini competition on my own. And if you made it this far into my video, thank you! Please give me a thumbs up if you liked my content, and I hope to see you again next time.
Thanks for watching. If you liked my video, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, thank you!